This method of punishment was used only by the Germans. Shackles were put on the feet of the deserter soldier. The other end of the chain was hammered into a large rock. His companions left him there with some bullets and a little bit of food. They ordered him to stay there and hold off the Soviet soldiers. As soon as his companions disappeared into the forest, the soldier picked up his sniper rifle and started loading bullets. But by the time he took aim, his companions had completely vanished. Now, his biggest priority was to free himself from the shackles. In panic, he picked up his sniper rifle and fired at the chain. He screamed in sharp pain. The chain was very thick and wasn't going to break. He had to find another way. He rummaged through his bag and found a pair of glasses. He removed the lenses from the glasses with a small knife and placed them together. Then, he broke a pine branch and extracted its resin using the knife. He chewed the resin in his mouth until it softened, then applied it to the edges of the lenses. He filled the space between the two lenses with water. In this way, he created a makeshift magnifying lens. Soon, a fire started. The soldier quickly gathered dry branches to stoke the fire. Once the branches had burned down, he poured cold water onto the rock. Due to the sudden change in temperature, the rock cracked loudly. He tried to pull out the spike, but it wasn't enough yet. Still, he didn't give up. He kept repeating this process over and over. The spike slowly began to loosen. Before long, a large hole formed in the rock. Just a few more tries, and the spike would be free. By noon, the soldier was still sitting by the rock. Just then, he heard the sound of an engine in the distance. He immediately picked up his sniper rifle and looked. A Soviet military truck was passing by. The good thing was that they didn't see him. He knew he had to act fast now. But the situation was even worse. The branches were nearly gone. The food was also almost finished. Even the water remaining in the iron bucket was down to just 1 cup. This was his last chance. He poured the remaining water onto the rock and quickly grabbed his tools to try and pry open the cracked stone. But the spike still didn't budge. He removed all the bullets and collected the gunpowder in a metal canister. He poured the gunpowder into the hole and placed a stone on top. Then, he threw some burning moss inside and quickly hid behind a large rock. White smoke rose with a loud explosion. He quickly got up and went to check, but the spike still hadn't budged. In a fit of rage, he kicked the spike hard twice, but still, nothing happened. Then, he used his gun strap to loop around a stone lying at a distance. Holding it with both hands, he struck the stone against the spike repeatedly. Day turned into night, but he kept striking continuously. Blisters had formed on his hands. Finally, he tried again. This time, the spike started to move. With one powerful jerk, he pulled the spike out completely. Finally, he was free. Hit like and subscribe if you really love your parents.